Well, the band of lunatics, better known as the Biden administration, is back at it again, and this time proposing a deal to expand educational funding. But get this, it's not for American citizens. No, of course not. The Biden administration now looking to extend federally funded college preparatory programs to illegals seeking to enroll in a U.S. high school, all while they're pouring through the southern border unchecked, unvetted, and then, of course, unleashed on the rest of us. These TRIO programs, as they're called, were meant to offer assistance to U.S. citizens who are enrolled in a U.S. high school or seeking to enroll. But that could change soon. Here to discuss it, campus reform correspondent Emily Sturge. Emily, nice to see you again.
Great to see you too, Steve.
All right, so first of all, we're broke. I mean, I just checked. We're $35 trillion in debt. California's really broke. Illinois is really broke. New York's broke. They're all broke because they can't do math. Maybe we should teach math to these politicians. And now they want to give away more money to people who I'm not even sure what the percentage is that speaks English. So we're going to give free education to people that don't even speak the base language of the country. Is that what I'm understanding here?
You're understanding it, Steve, and this story should enrage every single student in this country. The Biden administration is actively discriminating against law-abiding students by taking college prep programs away from them and giving them to illegal immigrants instead. There is a clear double standard being held here, and American students need to be put first. The Biden administration needs to focus their efforts on enhancing border security and helping Americans in this disastrous economy instead of incentivizing illegal immigration and rewarding criminals who have no regard for our law in this country.
Yeah, and so they come in illegally. They get here, however. We can't even decide, probably most of them, are they 18? Are they 20? Are they 14? I mean, if we don't have documentation of their birth, certified birth certificates, which we don't have IDs because, as you've seen probably in tons of footage put on this network, they dump their IDs just as they come across the border, so they're basically unknown regardless where they come from. How do we know they're even allowed to be in a high school, that they're the appropriate age or should even be there? I mean, let's just start with the basics, right?
Well, right. And the Biden administration they're rewarding this criminal activity while punishing law-abiding students. The Biden administration has also been disastrous for the economy, forcing Americans to face staggering inflation, record unemployment, high gas prices, high food prices. And while millions of Americans are struggling to even afford a college education, illegal immigrants are being rewarded by the Biden administration with special programs and benefits. Millions of Americans have federal student loans, and many live paycheck to paycheck to even pay off those loans. But now those exact people are not only going to be burdened by their own student loans, but also for the loans of these illegal immigrants to receive these free programs.
Let's see here. We're rewarding free college, free advancement in high school. Are we just going to pay the student loans for people that come here from Venezuela and Cuba and China and Mozambique and wherever else as well?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that'll be the Biden administration's next policy that they enact. But I mean, by diverting these resources towards illegal immigrants, the Biden administration, they're neglecting the needs of American students who should be the focus of investment in the education and workforce development. The Leadership Institute's campus reform reported that academic ability is falling on university campuses as universities are lowering their education standards. This trend produces college graduates who are unprepared to participate in society and the workforce. So our education system should be prioritizing American students to ensure that they can compete in today's job market and contribute to society. And we shouldn't be focused on illegal immigrants instead of our own.
Yeah, what is it? I want to focus on that for a moment, Emily. And that's the lowering of standards. They're lowering the standards on the SAT, lowering the standards on the ACT, so college entrance exam. And of course, I'm sure it would be racist to ask an illegal alien to take a college entrance exam or an exam of any sort. A placement test is probably racist and not fair. It's probably just grossly ugly of me to even suggest such a thing. So you don't have any placement exam to figure out, do they know how to read, how to write, what's their math proficiency? You can't ask any of that. Probably can't ask them, any qualifying questions to get into college. Why this push? And it's not just the illegals. Let's be clear about this. There's a push to lower standards across this country for airline pilots, for admissions to medical school and to go to law school, lowering the standards all the time. That's just disgraceful, isn't it?
Yes, the left is constantly pushing this narrative that we need to instead focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, checking off boxes of hiring people that fit the gender or race or ethnicity that companies or universities want to bring on board. This is disastrous, and this undermines the values of meritocracy. And that's exactly what's happening also with extending these college prep programs to illegal immigrants. We are undermining the principles of meritocracy and devaluing accomplishments of law-abiding students who deserve to go to prestigious American universities. But instead, the Biden administration is giving a golden ticket to whoever breaks our law and comes into this country. You have a golden ticket to access prestigious American universities.
Yeah, the American taxpayers are getting something golden too, but not exactly a ticket from what I can understand there. How do we fix this, Emily?
Oh, Steve, that's a loaded question. The Biden administration needs to focus their efforts on the border. We need to be enhancing border security. We need to stop rewarding criminal activity in this country, and we need to stop incentivizing by providing programs and rewards for criminals who break our law. We need a presidential administration who upholds the rule of law instead of actively breaking it every single day.
Yeah. All right, class. I have, listening to Emily explain all this to us. I have here's our spelling word of the day. All right, there it is. This is stupid, people. All right, so this is stupid. There's my spelling word of the day. Emily, I'd say I'm surprised. Sadly, we see this all the time. I'll give you the last word.
Unfortunately, this is not surprising to me. I report at the Leadership Institute's campus reform that America's universities have become sites of leftist indoctrination. And we see the Biden administration is incentivizing for illegal immigrants to come freely enjoy that education. I think we need to work on taking the left out of the classroom and the left out of the presidential administration.
I agree with that 100%. Emily Sturge, always appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. There you have it. Again, if you missed our spelling word of the week, there it is. All right, you got it? Good. Let's see here. Coming up after the break, in a rare show of bipartisanship, the House passed the Lower Cost, More Transparency Act. Oh, good Lord. Good thing for consumers or bad? Senior Vice President of AMAC, Andy Mangione, will join me to explain coming up. You'll need to see this on ABL.